Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back Behind the Bar with me this evening. For this review, I am checking out hashtag re-review Grimm Afterimage. For those of you that watched the channel back then in the great month of October of 2015, live from Eagle, Idaho, Joe of Jow's Arcade and I did a review of this beer. Dar sent it to Joe, Joe brought it to Idaho, and we did it. So a new batch of Afterimage came out, canned 3/18. So today is it's been about a month, and guy that watched my videos reached out to me. Shout out to Tim. Thank you very much for sending this over to me. So sent me some Afterimage. Said I'd review it again and see what I thought, because I was kind of intoxicated that entire trip to Eagle, Idaho, and thought I'd give it another review, see what we think. So let's get it poured out and see what's going on with this batch. All right. Pours out as I remembered. Just kind of that pineapple juice, orange juice, you know, kind of yellow-orange, hazy. Man, I can see my finger kind of through that. Not really, just a little bit when I move it back and forth in front of the light. But just kind of hazy, like I said, just kind of a golden yellow-orange. About a finger and a half ahead when I poured it out there. Big soapy bubbles. No relation to speak of. Good alcohol legs. I'll be honest, off the top of my head, Double India Pale Ale, 8% of this. See if there's anything on here we need to know. I know it is contract brewed for Grimm. Let's see what it says on here. Oh, here we go. By Beltway Brewing in Sterling, Virginia. They do wraps on their cans, which I kind of like. Anyways, so let's see what it smells like. And that was a little awkward with the whole can transition. Sorry about that. Yeah, big bright fruits. Oranges, pineapples, a little bit of mango, definitely some peach in there. It's not as, you know, it's been since October. I really remember liking Afterimage. As I said in that video, we get Grimm beers in Kansas City from time to time. We only get their bottled beers though, so we get like Double Negative, we get a lot of the like the sour beers and things like that in some of their stouts, but we don't get any of the canned stuff. And I don't remember this. I remember, so thinking back to October, I remember this being a lot more aromatic than this. And I don't think this is because it's a month old, because I'm going to be completely honest, hashtag honest moment. I actually have had these cans from Tim for about a week and a half. And I did drink one, not too long ago. I did drink one. So I kind of knew going in a little bit about this, but I'm trying to see if it's changed at all or if my thoughts. I was drinking with a ton of IPAs that day, and it was like fourth in line, so I don't know if that influenced it at all. But it has a good nose. I'm not getting any really like sweet malts. No real bitterness. It's just kind of a tropical fruit, peach, mango, orange kind of smoothie thing. But it's kind of mellow, but it smells great. It smells really good. It's just not popping out of the glass. Like I didn't smell it when I opened the can or anything like that. But it's got a good nose to it for sure. Well, anyways, let's dive in, see what we think about the re-review, the newest batch of Afterimage from Grimm. Tim, thanks, bud. Cheers. Good, real good. The nose doesn't exactly carry over. It's definitely got some fruit elements to it. There's definitely some mango, some pineapple. Something else I'm picking up, almost like a passion fruit or like something real tropical. A tangerine. The other thing that's starting to come through, and it did when I had it a week and a half ago, which would still be very fresh, is the malt bill on this beer comes forward a decent amount more than I remember. Almost like a Pilsner or like a really, it's kind of like dusty tasting malt. And some bready elements of it, which I don't remember picking up on the first time I had this beer. I should have gone back and watched my review, but I didn't. It reminds me, it was very similar to how I felt about Lambeau d'Or. That one I did have a little old though, and this one's right at a month, so there shouldn't really be much drop off at all. Actually, as I've learned with a lot of these New England IPAs, and Grimm's not really a true New England IPA style, although they're trying really hard. I mean, they got the haze, they got everything going on, so I guess that's what they're going for. Those beers really come into their own at like the 3-week mark, like 2 to 4 weeks. Like some of them can be a little bit harsh at first. Not even harsh, just really hop forward, whereas they kind of meld into those juice bombs right after that. This did not do that. It's got some peach elements. It's got some, like I said, but then I'm picking up on the maltiness. Another thing that is very, and I'm actually drinking this kind of out of the fridge. I didn't let this warm up as much as I normally do. It was a timing thing, but with that in mind, one thing that does take me back a little bit, I am picking up on the alcohol in this beer. I've discussed it in a few of my videos. It's something that I have been experiencing a lot more lately. However, it had kind of gone away, so I don't think it's that I'm just picking up alcohol in every damn beer I drink like I was there for a while. Because before I did this review, I did another one of a beer that's much bigger than this, and I didn't pick up on the alcohol in that beer at all. It was also made by Trillium, so maybe that's part of it, but I'm definitely getting the booze like right in here. With all of that said, I don't want it to sound like I'm shitting on this beer because it's really good. Still a really good beer. It's not world class. I think Joe and I gave Afterimage like a 97 or 98 when we had it in Idaho. I'm not there with this batch at all. I'm probably in the 94 range, but it's still an A beer. It's still really good. The only things that I would really change is if it was me, just in my personal preferences, and I'm grasping at straws. We're nitpicking. We're splitting hairs. Whatever adage you want to use, it's one of those that it's a really freaking good beer. But if it was to become a world class in that 97 to 100 range, again for that beer and even up, and is that hide the malt bill a little better. I'd like to see, and the warmth needs to go away because I'm definitely getting some alcohol on the back of this beer. From a true IPA aspect, I feel like I talk about the juiciness a lot. This definitely has a little bit of bitterness to it, some dankness. Not a lot. It's definitely subdued quite a bit. There's definitely more juicy elements to this beer. I would say the predominant, if I'm going to go in order of what I think really stands out in this beer, kind of the tropical fruit aspects of the IPAs. It's definitely more tropical than just say a straight juice smoothie. It's a little more subdued. But with orange, mango, peach, I've said them a few times. And then it kind of goes right into the malt bill, which is kind of, in these styles of beers, typically takes a step back. It doesn't have to be that way. This may be what they're going for, and if that's the case, that's great. I'm going to grade it according to that, though. I'm not saying it's a negative, but it's just not what I prefer. And then right after that's the warmth from the alcohol. And then after that is kind of a little bit of really muted bitterness, pininess. Not even really piney, it's just a bitterness, like a hop shot kind of bitterness, and some dankness. But the alcohol is definitely coming before that. Like I said, really good, not great. Really, really good, not amazing, I guess is a better way to say it. And I'm still liking it as it warms. I mean, as I'm sitting here, I'm not picking up on the booze any more than I was. But yeah, I mean, I'm comparing double IPAs. Double IPAs, they're just made. The review that I'm going to have posted before this was the Trillium Dialed In IPA, double IPA, that I gave a 97 out of 100, which is the grade I gave this last time I had it. I didn't finish. I finished the glass that I was drinking, but I haven't poured any more yet, and it's sitting off camera right here. Like I really just want to grab it and drink it as opposed to drink this. But like I said, it's not a knock to this beer. It's just that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's, this is a 94 to me. That's a 97. If Grimm was sitting down here, I would throw them both on the ground and grab that. That's a double or a single IPA, but let's say haze or dinner that I have a couple left in the fridge was down here. I would prefer that to this by far. So, like I said, not a bad beer. I'm glad I got to get some. I hope to get more Grimm beers in the future. Tim, thank you very much. It is much, much, much appreciated, and something you didn't have to reach out and ask me if I'd like some. So, again, I talked about it in my last video. The channel's growing, not crazy leaps and bounds, but in my mind and what I anticipated, I kind of thought I would do like one of these a week, and like a few people that I knew would watch it. And then the funny thing is my friends that are here in Kansas City, some of them watch, but like the majority of them don't, which is funny to me. So most of the people that watch it, I mean, I have people, I was looking today, I have people in the UK, I have people in Spain, I have people in Brazil, I have people in Japan that watch my videos. Now it's one or two, but that's crazy. I have some guys from the UK that have been commenting on my videos, and I think that is amazing. And at some point, I'm hoping to be able to like get enough of some beers to like send out to those guys that don't get to try, you know. It would be cost prohibitive, but I'd love to send them some Treehouse. I know Master of Hoppets on YouTube, he got a hold of some, and I love his reviews. If you never subscribed to his channel, do. He does great reviews, and he got to review some. So anyways, that's the beautiful part about this, like in doing YouTube. Like it's the thing that I didn't expect from it, is that just meeting and like conversing with people and commenting with people all over the world. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about beer, is that it kind of, you know, goes across all lines, right? Yeah, so we should probably just drink more beer, shut the hell up about shit like politics and guns and all that crap, and just enjoy each other for what we are, and screw the rest, even though it does need to be talked about. I'm kind of political too. Anyways, so we'll leave it there, guys. Soapbox back, stepping down. Sorry about that. Afterimage from Grimm. I'm gonna go 94. Still a really great beer if you see it. For the price, it's pricey as hell though. From what Tim told me, this beer costs more than Treehouse beers, and that's stupid to me. I know part of that's because Grimm's having to pay for that being contract brewed, and they're losing some profit on that, but that is absolute garbage. If you're in that area where you can get Grimm, you can probably get Other Half. I'd rather just go to the Other Half brewery and get some Other Half, just because of price, not because of quality, because they're all really good beers. But anyways, they're single cut. Get some freaking single cut up there. Jesus, that shit's good. Anyways, guys, we'll leave it there. 94 out of 100. Tim, for like the 5th time, thank you very much. Thanks for coming behind the bar, everybody. Like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time.